Welcome to November. Well, actually, November's almost over, but this is vlog number 2, November 2020, and it's been an interesting month and a very mundane month all at the same time. So let's just get started. Look at that. Oh, snow already. Anyway, who cares? I'm off for a little bit of a shop. Got my mask. And I forgot to say that when I put on my coat, not this one, one of my Max Mara coats, which I didn't like with this sweater, and put my hand in my pocket, I found these sunglasses that I lost last year. So, oh my God, isn't that good? How's your November been going so far? It's Friday. I think it's the 6th of November. I'm sitting out here in a t-shirt, bare ankles. Well, you can't see that, but I have sweatpants and no socks on with my sneakers because the temperature reached 16 degrees today, which is really unusual for early November. But let's have a little bit of an update. What's been going on with us? Well, I went shopping earlier in the week when there was snow on the ground and bought a new pair of winter boots, and you'll probably see those at some point in the month, or maybe not until December. Then the other night we were just about to settle down to dinner, and hubby decided he was going to put a fire on a wood stove. That's an insert in our fireplace. And yeah, the fire was roaring. It was nice and cozy, and then pretty soon he comes dashing upstairs. Entire basement's filled with smoke. We don't know what happened. He put the fire out. We checked and double checked and rechecked everything and opened all the windows and did everything we could. And the next day he called the guy who installed our insert and is the chimney expert, I guess, and he's going to come and check things out in a few days. So that was exciting and nerve-wracking, and I mean, we wondered for a while whether we should actually call the fire department, but there didn't seem to be flames anywhere. And we checked all the smoke alarms and we did all that stuff. So anyway, so now we got to figure out whether it's a squirrel's nest stuck somewhere that prevented the smoke from going up the chimney or what. So that was that. And then the next day I took my car in to get the winter tires on because I needed to, and then oil change, and hubby drove me in, brought me home, and well, he didn't drive me in, he picked me up there and brought me home, and I come in the house and he comes running. There's something really, really badly wrong with the truck. The entire driveway was awash in oil, so he was hoping it was just an oil line or something simple like that. So they came and towed the truck, and it was just an oil line, so it was pretty simple. But yeah, so those were the two big exciting moments that we've had so far this week, aside from watching the goings on in a neighboring country, which I won't go into. We've been watching as avidly as, probably not as avidly as you guys who live down there, but pretty avidly. That's about it. Beautiful weather. November is continuing apace. The garden's all cleaned up. Garden furniture is stored away. That's why I'm sitting on the bench on the deck. I took hubby to pick up the truck this afternoon and went to go get a coffee for myself, but their coffee machine was out of order, so I stomped home. Well, not that you can stomp when you're driving a car, but anyway, came home and decided I'd make a coffee for myself. So I'm reading a new Peter Granger book. I'm really enjoying it. I'll tell you a little bit later in a blog post about a couple of the other books that I've attempted and abandoned, and one book that just about drove me round the bend, and I just had to finish it anyway because I wanted to find out what was going to happen, as idiotic as it was. Yeah, I hate that when that happens. So, November continues and we don't know what's going to happen yet, so it's exciting. We're off on our bike ride, Sunday morning. It's beautiful, sun shining. Hubby says it's going up to 20 this afternoon. We can't believe it's November. I can't believe the November weather we're having. It's 21 degrees today. I think I said that with a bit of an Irish lilt. It's because I'm listening to a John Banville, I think it's John Banville, book on Audible. I'm just going to check the name of that. Where am I? It's called Snow. It's set in Ireland. Yeah, John Banville. He wrote a series of, he's more well known for his literary writing, but he wrote a series of mysteries with the main character Quark, I think, Quark, who was a pathologist in Dublin. So anyway, this one is not about Quark, although he's mentioned a couple of times. Yeah, so it's really interesting. The accents are, the reader is really wonderful, and so I find myself talking a little bit like my version of an Irish accent sometimes when I don't realize it. So yeah, exciting news around here. We went off golfing this morning and I cleaned. I hate cleaning so much. But, I can't let Hubby do all the outside work and all the inside work. So yeah, so I cleaned and took little tea/reading breaks, and yeah, it was good. So now I'm sitting out here reading my book. There's been a lone goose wandering the yard forlornly, all on his or her own. So it's kind of sad to watch. They mate for life, Canada geese. And this morning I looked out on the river and I saw something floating, and I got the binoculars and I thought for a minute it might have been a goose. It's just a little bit above the water. So now I'm wondering if that was this goose, the mate of this goose that's been wandering around in our yard. Usually we don't let them come up onto our lawn because you can't walk on the grass for one thing afterwards, but they do come back year after year after year, and they bring all their friends and their relatives and their progeny, and then you end up with like 1 million geese that you can't get off your lawn. So this poor guy didn't have the heart. I just told him to disappear around the side of the fence when Hubby comes home. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my book. Hope everybody's well. Hope those of you back in lockdown are surviving the lockdown. I guess by the time I post this vlog, you might just be coming out the other end. I think it's the 1st of December. So anyway, I hope you've weathered it okay. Talk to you later. I'm off for my walk this morning. Got everything I need. My tea, my mask, my wallet with my driver's license, my keys, and I've changed twice. My hat's on crooked. Yeah, I changed twice because I had on a light turtleneck, and then I looked at the weather and it's 12 degrees, so I thought, I better wear a jacket. So I put my down vest on, and with my long sleeve light t-shirt. I thought, okay, that'll be okay. So then I step outside the door and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. So hot. So I go back in and I take my down vest off and put this really light windbreaker on, because when I get hot I can tie it around my neck. Christ, put the car key in the car, not the house key. Yes, I swore. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, I'm driving the truck again today because it's going to be 21 degrees and hubby's golfing again. And yeah, so then I rushed out, locked the door, got halfway down the path, looked at my hand. I had the car keys, so I go back in the house, get the truck keys, lock the door, and now I'm ready to go. And you know, it's really true. Hubby used to say that the longer he was retired, the longer it took him to get out of the house. Like, he was always forgetting one thing. And I think that's really true, actually. Now, I'm gonna be late. Here we are.
We're mature.
The masked walkers. We can still be convivial and safe at the same time. It's definitely November now. It's what, 3:45? We're out for...
4 to 4 now.
Yeah.
Well, it might be 4. It took you an extra 15 minutes when I was ready.
Yeah, so we're out for our late afternoon walk, and a little bit chilly. It's quite nice. I like walking in the late afternoon in the fall, even though it does give me a red nose. Let's see, really, really cold. Oh, miserable day. Hubby's outside smoking, so we're gonna go out and see what he's doing. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the smoke. Oh, you can see the smoke coming out of that. So come and tell us a little bit about your smoking career.
My smoking career.
Yes.
Well, I started when I was 14, ended 3 days later when my parents found out that I was smoking.
Okay,
So
not
I ended
that.
a new phase of my life with smoking fish. Multi-stage process. First of all, you got to make sure you have dedicated smoking clothes, because you'll never get the smoke out of this stuff. Then you take and you build a high-tech smoker. This is an old ventilation duct. Metal coat hangers. I've got some trays that I cut out of whatever. I have a hot plate underneath this that I turn on, put a cookie tin with my own.
Oh, I can see the.
Yeah, well, I've got my own shavings in there.
I
from
can see the
chainsaw.
dial.
Yep.
And shavings from
my chainsaw.
when you're cutting wood up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, from my chainsaw. I save it, make sure it's dried and ready to go. I brine the fish overnight for about 10 to 12 hours, and then air dry it and put it on the tray. Put my cookie tin with the wood chips and shavings.
Like a baking cookie tin, you mean?
No, it's a cookie.
Like a, oh, it's a metal pie plate.
No, it's a thing you put cookies in.
Okay.
And so it's stacked with shavings.
And it's on top of an old one burner or two burner?
It's a one burner hot
plate.
I know where I got this, eh?
At the dump.
At the dump. Somebody threw it away 30 years ago. It was brand new, and it's still working, and it has smoked so many fish.
So,
And-
just let me interrupt you for a sec. So, the coat hanger, that's an old air duct,
Yep.
which you drilled holes in,
Yep.
and you stuck coat hangers through the holes to hold
The grates.
grates from refrigerators.
Sometimes. I don't know where I got them all.
Okay.
But there's 3 of them in there, 3 different layers, and there's a combination of salmon, which I did not catch, and lake trout, which I have caught.
Huh.
And it'll take about Oh, 4 to 6 hours, depending on how the temperature. I picked a miserable day,
Yeah, it's
of course,
miserable.
to do it. It's really, my hands were just about frozen when I got everything set up. But yeah, it'll take about 4 to 6 hours, depending on temperature.
Yeah.
So, and it works, and it's really good. Smoked fish is very good.
And it's all do-it-yourself.
It's all do-it-yourself.
That's a brick and a piece of board. Can we look down inside?
Yes, you can, but I don't think you should because you'll get filthy. Well, I can take the camera if you want.
You take the camera because
Just wait a minute.
I don't want to get my coat all smoked.
There it is. It's smoking away, and I want to get the cover back on it. But there's 3 trays there, and the ventilation duct that it's built in is probably about 4 feet high, and self-constructed. It's high tech.
High tech.
If you want instructions, I'll give you my email address and.
My email address.
Oh well, yeah, that's mine. I mean, not only the sous chef, you're my secretary.
Okay, so pretty soon, smoked salmon and smoked trout. Yum, yum, yum. There is something about walking in the outside, I don't know, when we were kids.
Everything's new, and
Yeah.
each day you're out there, it's new. You know, new animal, something you hadn't seen before.
I remember the time when we lived in Marysville, we were walking, it was a trail that went just like this up through the field across the road from us, and we were chased by a raven all the way down the trail.
Was that the place by Black's Hill?
No. Yeah, no. No. It was just across the road from from the apartment building where we lived. But we used to go up there and make camps out of trees and branches and stuff, and we were walking home and we were like, oh my god, and everybody was running, and this great big raven was following us all the way down the trail. We thought for sure he was going to pick one of us off or something.
I remember one time we were down at Rockcliffe again, and there was a bunch of kids running around like being frightened by something, and this one kid said, yeah, take a look in this hole, there's an anaconda down there. And I said, you mean those great big snakes? Yeah. And so we went over very carefully, looked down, it was a groundhog peeking out.
Oh God. Anaconda.
Yeah, anaconda.
In Ottawa. The Ottawa anacondas. That's Alison Walsh.
Do they work?
I'm listening to one of her podcasts.
And how do you, well, we kind of talked.
Blimey, she says. I love that accent. Okay, so exciting things today. Right now I'm taking the garbage out. Was supposed to be walking this morning at 10, but we were getting spitting rain and the forecast was for rain until noon, so we've put it off until this afternoon, which is good, so I have a chance to put some makeup on, take some pictures for the blog, and as I said, now I'm doing exciting things like take the garbage out. Put you down there. Yeah, so it's really warm today. It's 14 degrees. And while I was putting my makeup on this morning, I listened to CBCQ, and Anne Murray was on. They interviewed Anne Murray. I love her. And she was talking about her career and the beginning of her career, and she mentioned UNB, where I went to school. Yeah, she was a student at UNB a few years before me, but she talked about being in the Red and Black Review, which was their Winter Carnival talent show. She was in that for a few years though. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then when I came out onto the deck to take pictures, where is he? Where is he? Oh, can you see those ducks? Oh, I cannot aim the camera right. Yeah, so there was a whole bunch of merganser ducks out on the river, and when I came out onto the deck, you could see they all took off, and they were like peeping. They don't quack. It's almost like they peep. I think they were mergansers. I'll have to ask hubby when he gets home. Anyway, they took off, and there were a whole ton of them. And you can tell they're mergansers because they have a lot of white. You can see them out on the river. You can see the white patch really vividly against the water this time of year. So that was pretty cool. So Anne Murray and a flock of ducks that I don't yet know what they are. It's a pretty good start to the day. Pretty good end to a pretty good week. Next week's a little bit less good. Hubby has to go in for a colonoscopy. Just routine, but it's been put off for so long because of the pandemic. And yeah, so that's not fun. And then I have to go and get my cataract fixed again on my right eye. I had the cataract removed, but sometimes you get a little bit of fuzziness and or something. So they have to go in and clean it up. So yeah, so that's what's going on back at the ranch this Friday. I'm just sitting here at my computer doing a bunch of things. I'm updating my little book that I keep my lists in because I lost my other one. My little book of wants and needs and already haves. Yeah, so I haven't finished updating this one. I just bought it a while ago. Chapters. It's pretty, isn't it? It's pink. I bought it when I bought my old a new journal with the pink and white cats. And the other day at Chapters, I bought this book. Thank you, Dr. Essa, for the suggestion. I actually went in to buy some Christmas gifts and saw this and grabbed it. The other thing I bought was a hat and scarf. I laughed when I spoke to the girl at the cash. I said, I don't usually do my clothing shopping at the bookstore, but I have a good friend named Joanne who says every time she goes grocery shopping, she comes home with a new outfit. Well, not a whole outfit, but pieces. And I was just being nostalgic this morning. I think it's because, as I said earlier, I heard Anne Murray talk about her time at UNB, and I was thinking about when Anne Murray was she said she was in Red and Black Review, which was the Winter Carnival, a big show that they always had every year at Winter Carnival. And my sister Carolyn, who is right here, when she was in nursing at UNB, she was the science Winter Carnival queen. She wasn't the overall Winter Carnival queen, but she was the science queen. She's pretty, eh? Both of my sisters were gorgeous. This is my sister Carolyn. That's my mom. That's my brother Terry acting the fool. I think mom's pinching him or something. My sister-in-law, who's also a Carolyn, and my other sister Connie. I remember that dress. Connie's the dark, always had short dark hair, always looked so chic with her short hair. And that is me. I remember that dress and the gray tights. I had to go with the dress. But the hair is so bad. She gave me a helmet head. Not only just a helmet head, but like the whole darn helmet. Anyway, I love that. I love that picture. I remember both of those dresses that my sisters wore. I always remember what they wore. And I'll just give you a little tour up here. This is the other half of that's my inspiration board, which I have not updated. But these are the pictures that I have. There's me fishing. me skiing, hubby napping with our cat Duck Duck. There's me on the beach in Florida, hubby on the beach in Florida. That's me when we were fishing at Easter one year. My friend Colleen and I back in the 80s here at our house. Mom and Lloyd at my stepbrother David's wedding. That's one of Mom's birthdays. My sister Connie and I were laughing at this. Connie goes, "Why aren't you getting the look from Mom?" I don't know. There's the three of us at Christmas a few years ago. And the funny thing was, I remember putting this picture on Facebook and saying, "Oh my God, like, are we even related?" Because the three of us look nothing alike. Like, I think we're not related. And my niece Krista, who's my brother Terry's daughter, she's so sarcastic. She goes, "What are you talking about?" She said, "That's Dad on the end and Grammy in the middle," or something like that. Anyway, it just made me laugh. That's hubby and his brother Donnie. That's back when hubby had a mustache at Donnie's wedding. And I want to show you this. I don't know if you can see this. It's a cartoon we used to have up in the kitchen, on the fridge in the kitchen, or when on the farm at the farmhouse. And it's a picture of this horse in the hay with all the kids. They're going on a hay ride, and the farmer's down below, and he goes, "I hate to break this to you, Otis, but you have to pull," but yeah, you're doing the pulling. And we used to laugh at that photo because Lloyd babied his horses so much, and Mom used to say that in the fall, the ground was too hard and it's hard on their feet, and then in the winter it was, in the summer and the spring it was too muddy. He just babied them, and she said he didn't make them work enough. This is me with my big fish that I caught when we were in the Yukon. That's our guide. Yeah, it was huge. My arms were killing me. Yeah, so that's just this is one of our dinners at home. That's my stepdad, my sister Connie, her husband Terry at the end, Mom and me. That's that's in the old farm kitchen. I think that was for one of Lloyd's birthdays, but I'm not sure. And that's hubby when we were in Australia the first time round. Okay, I've blithered enough. I think it's time for me to go and do some picture work. Okay, Sunday morning walk.
It's a new trail.
It's a new trail. And you know how that worked out last time.
Oh yeah, but it's the adventure of it all.
Plus, the more we walk, the more French fries we can eat. Can't believe what a beautiful day it is out here today. You hear the geese? Okay, heading out for my walk. I've got crusty snow on the ground, and it's beautiful and sunny. Hubby had his colonoscopy this morning. I just picked him up and he's sleeping now, and everything was good, so it's all good. So, that was November. Well, most of it. We still have a day or so left in the month. We've had snow. There's snow on the ground right now, but it won't be for long. It's really, I'm looking out the window at the river. It's really misty, kind of, I don't know if you can see it there, kind of a bit foggy now when the weather's warming up, and sorry, I'm just really having back and neck issues today. Yeah, so hubby's a little sad that we won't keep our snow. He's just spent the last day stripping our skis and waxing them, getting them all ready for cross-country ski season. Well, that's okay. I mean, maybe he'll get a couple more games of golf in if the snow leaves. I mean, he has been known to golf after we've had snow. Actually, I was thinking of a funny story. It was one of the first years he was retired. I was still working, and he was determined that he was going to be able to ski and golf in the same week, because the early part of the week was supposed to be fine and the latter part of the week we were supposed to get snow. So he's out golfing and the snow comes a couple of days early, and it starts to snow really heavily while he's out on the golf course. And he told me when I came home from work, he told me that his ball is on the green at one place and the snow's been falling. Then it's that thick, sticky snow, and he said it kept sticking to his golf ball, and the ball was like getting bigger and bigger, and the only way you could tell where his ball was is that it left a little green line, a little green mark where it had picked up all the snow from the grass. Anyway, that's pretty funny. So people think he's crazy that he golfs so close, to winter, but well, and he is crazy. I mean, let's face it, but in a good way. So yeah, this is November. We are not going anywhere for the holidays, but none of our friends are, none of my family are. We're all hunkering down. So that'll be fine. Yeah, I'm hunkered down a little bit today in the sunroom because I tweaked my back this morning, so I'm sitting here with a heat pack on my butt. And the fire on, and my book, and a cup of tea, and a couple of cookies. So I hope you enjoyed our second vlog, seeing some of what we've got going on around here. Hope you'll be back for next month's. In the meantime, I hope you're all well. I hope you stay well. I hope you stay safe and don't do anything risky, because I want you all to be around for 2021. And we will have a blowout holiday season in 2021. So that's it for November, and I guess I'll see you next month.